Emily had always loved collecting antique dolls. Her shelves were lined with porcelain faces, glassy eyes staring blankly ahead. But there was one doll, one she had never seen before, that appeared in her collection one stormy night. A doll that blinked at midnight. Emily's obsession with antique dolls was well known in her small town. One evening, she returned from an estate sale, excited about her newest find. A Victorian-era porcelain doll dressed in an elegant, faded white dress. But when she entered her room, she froze. A different doll sat in the center of her shelf, one she had never purchased. It had deep green eyes, far too lifelike, and delicate curls of golden hair. Its small, painted lips were slightly parted as if about to speak. That night, the storm raged outside as Emily lay in bed. The rain tapped against the window, and distant thunder rumbled. As the clock struck midnight, she heard it, a faint, whispering sound. She sat up, her heart pounding. The room was silent, except for the rhythmic ticking of her antique clock. But then, from the corner of the room, she heard it again. A soft, breathy voice. Emily. Her eyes darted toward the doll. It sat exactly where she had left it, head slightly tilted. But Emily could have sworn its eyes were different. Determined to shake off her paranoia, Emily grabbed her phone and snapped a picture of the doll before turning off the lights. Just as she started drifting to sleep, a sharp crack echoed through the room. Her breath hitched. Slowly, she reached for her phone and checked the picture she had just taken. Her blood turned to ice. In the photo, the doll's eyes were wide open, staring directly at her. She glanced at the shelf. The doll's eyes were closed again. And then, in the darkness, she saw it move. A slow, deliberate blink. Emily screamed and knocked the doll off the shelf. It hit the floor with a sickening thud. Breathing heavily, she reached for it, ready to throw it away. Until she noticed something on the back of its head. Etched into the porcelain were words written in faded red ink. I see you, I hear you, and soon I will be you. The doll's lips curled into a smile. The next morning, Emily's best friend, Rachel, came over to check on her. She knocked. No answer. The door was unlocked. Inside, the room was neat, untouched, except for one thing. A Victorian-era doll sitting perfectly on the bed. It had Emily's eyes, and at the stroke of midnight, it blinked.